What up? This is Ramashkin covering movies, TV, and entertainment. Here's my review of There's Something Wrong with the Children. Hey, before you watch my review, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, ring that bell, so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. Let's rock this. Ladies and gentlemen, here we have one of the first candidates to potentially be on the list for one of the worst movies of 2023. Let me put it this way, at the risk of sounding repetitive, there is something wrong with There's Something Wrong with the Children. And I'll tell you what's wrong. This is one of those horror movies that's too obsessed with the setup and the creeping up as opposed to the scares themselves. And just like Zach Gilford's character, who's confused as to whether or not what he sees is for reals, this movie is often confused as to when it should actually terrify its audiences. It has one of the worst timings in terms of horror movies, and it is absolutely ridiculously annoying. Directed by Roxanne Benjamin and written by TJ Simple and Dave White, and executive produced by Jason Blum, in There's Something Wrong with the Children, when Margaret and Ben take a weekend trip with longtime friends Ellie and Thomas and their two young children, Ben begins to suspect something supernatural is occurring when the kids behave strangely after disappearing into the woods overnight. Starring Alicia Wainwright, Zach Gilford, Amanda Crew, and Carlos Santos. One of the things that irritates me is the music or the score. I mean, it's really jarring. There's no other way to put it. And I regret screening this film using my headphones on because the music constantly overpowers the dialogues, which themselves are already laughably bad. And when the characters have conversations, they sound like they're talking over one another, which drives me mad. Look, I get it. I get that what they're saying will come up again later for the purpose of conflict. But as I implied earlier, this movie consumes too much time setting that up. It treats us, the audiences, like we're some damn fools who have come only for all this tediousness. Okay, let's talk a bit about the young actors who basically play the title roles, the children. Briella Guiza plays Lucy and David Mattel plays Spencer. And for the most part, they are a decent part of this whole experience, and I would not fault them for this film's many shortcomings. Briella and David did what they're supposed to do. They act out their Children of the Corn type antics. The problem is everything else. The direction, the suspense, the timing, none of it works. All of it is done so poorly and so amateurly. By the way, the silhouettes and the cicada noises never amount to anything more than a silly tease. And it's a tease that they keep hammering over and over again as if it's some sort of a scary method. The filmmakers are probably patting themselves on the back and high-fiving each other over that. And the four grown-ups or the four adult characters in this movie, the script has absolutely no idea how to justify some of their disappearance and their re-emergence. And a lot of it happens off camera. So the film cheats us out of what could have been a potentially promising moment. There may be something wrong with the children, but there's something weirdly off with the adults as well, which results in the film's final girl being somebody I could not care about following, much less cheering for. In conclusion, this movie is a complete mess. It's straight up garbage, and it's a poor excuse for a horror thriller. And if you still choose to sit through There's Something Wrong with the Children, well, that's on you, mate. Just don't say I didn't warn you.